there's a candidate for worst person, in my view, at least in terms of my substantive disagreements, I'm sure he's like a nice guy, is Gary Gensler. Okay, so Gary Gensler is sort of the complete opposite of my view. And there are two problems that I have with Gary. One of which is that I think he wants to inject politics way too much into the actual business of securities in the United States of America. But in some ways, the more fundamental issue, or at least the most relevant issue for this particular conference is the approach that Gary has taken to regulating blockchain and crypto seems to be almost the exact opposite of what it should be. And I'm oversimplifying a little bit, but the question the SEC seems to ask in regulating crypto is this a token with utility? And if it's a token with utility, then they seem to want to ban it. And if it's a token without utility, they don't seem to care. I almost think we should be the opposite here, right? I worry about financialization. I worry about, frankly, whether a lot of the crypto stuff is fundamentally fake. But if a token actually has utility, that's the sort of thing that, by all means, regulate it. By all means, be careful about, how consumers interact with it. But you don't want to just get rid of this stuff. And here's where I really, really worry about this is a lot of the newest challengers to social media, the social media incumbents of 2024 are going to require some blockchain technology to make their business work. Maybe they'll require a token that supports verification. There are all of these ways in which the companies, when I talk to sort of friends who are still in the VC industry, the companies that are most exciting to them, they're doing actual things in communications in the 21st century, in 2024, I should say, those companies very often rely on high utility tokens to do things like verification. Well, if we're not making it possible to do verification, then we're going to make it really hard to challenge the existing incumbents in the space.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust. And we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back as I'm doing this video. NASDAQ is taking a beating, and we have small caps getting a little benefit. But guys, don't forget, I told you, make sure you look in the calendar. We have options on Friday ending for stocks. They're just trying to price it in. I told you this week would be a roller coaster ride. Guys, it's like clockwork. Now, guys, make sure you're going to my TikTok. If you have TikTok, follow, like, and then also this channel, guys. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and spread it everywhere. And then also in the comments, guys, if you do play blockchain gaming and you're getting paid for it, make sure you send me those games over. So then therefore we can start doing these videos. And then also send me suggestions. Now guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now are up. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then of course, guys, we have the Fed repo was $409 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And we have gold hitting an all-time high. And of course, we have the Fed keeping rates higher for longer, which we know is part of the plan. They want to keep these rates as high as possible, so therefore they can destroy this legacy market So therefore, the fourth industrial revolution rises. The robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over. But again, guys, gold is soaring, and gold is soaring. Why? Because the central banks are buying up the gold. And then on top of it, guys, they have a nerve. When I was young, they used to have these African commercials, these skinny kids with flies all over them. But the fact is, we steal Africans' resources and then act like they're broke. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Now we have Trump says that he wants the U.S. to be in charge of crypto before China. And we know his VP know all about blockchain and crypto. And look at the people all of a sudden coming out the woodworks. Andreessen, my guy. Peter Thiel. Guys, if you have my book, if you have my NWO book, you understand. If you've been with this channel, you understand. You see the same puppets moving around. So therefore, they move us toward their agenda. And we know politicians are nothing but paid puppets. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have Blackrock, Fidelity, and Grayscale all down. And we have Blackrock gets 260 million in inflows yesterday. Guys, make sure, as I tell you always, make sure you're looking at inflows. And at the end of the month, make sure you're looking at the outflows. Just don't look at the inflows with the hype boys. And then also we have Grayscale launches artificial intelligence focused crypto fund. And we know these funds are definitely coming because we know AI is about to take over. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Uniswap Labs publicly launches wallet browser extension supporting 11 blockchains. And we know how important interoperability is going to be. And then we also know how important DeFi is going to be. It's definitely the new banking. And we also have Uniswap connected to energy. And we see the climate agenda moving fast forward. Now we have Worldcoin getting a pump as the lockup period is extended. But guys, we know once that lockup period does end, we know it's going to have a pullback. But we know these dates always change. Like I tell you, wait for the actual unlocking because they extend these dates all the time. Now we have crypto exchange Kraken sign sleeve sponsorship deal with Premier League club Spurs. And guys, we know that's all about adoption. If they can see it, they'll believe it. Now we have Stripe enables Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana crypto purchase options in the EU. And again, guys, it's all about adoption. And we have the EU already having regulation. So we know Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are safe in the EU. And then lastly, guys, we have Craig Wright is not Satoshi. And if you've been following this channel, you already know who Satoshi is. And that's the Alphabet Boys. And this was a perfect plan. 2007, 2008, we have the economic crash. And then, of course, Bitcoin makes its debut. And Bitcoin was supposed to get rid of the banks, get rid of the system. It's definitely going to get rid of the system. But we have the big banks and big corporations were behind Bitcoin and crypto from the beginning. So therefore, they can bring on this fourth industrial revolution. Remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. These cryptos are for the machines. They want the robots, algorithms, and drones to take this economy over and pay each other with crypto. So therefore, there's not a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.